If you're working with circular knitting machines and you want to join two tubes together with a near invisible seam, there's a technique you can use called a mattress stitch, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So you'll see here, there is a seam right here and it is almost invisible. If you give it a little tug, you can kind of see where it's joined right here, but it is beautiful. And this is what we're gonna do. All right, so we need to make sure that the rows that we're stitching together are perfectly aligned and that we're not gonna pull from any other rows. So I have this marked here because this is going to be the start of the opening for the ankle. So we're going to just play around with this and make sure everything is aligned all the way down. Now, the most important part about working with mattress stitches is that you are going to be stitching these together with the inside posts. That is the most important thing because that's going to give you the seam right here, or not the seam, the invisible seam. Now that we have our rows perfectly aligned, we're going to pull those posts. So here's our stitch right here. And if I pull this out right here, this is the loop that we want to pick up. So we're going to pick up this loop over on this side, and then we're going to come to the other side and again pick up the post. And we're working from posts. If I accidentally say loops, I mean posts. Then we're going to come back again to the opposite side, pick up this post right here, and then once again pick up the post over here. Now, once you've done a couple to start the row, I do recommend giving it a little bit of a tug just to tighten it up, and then we'll continue down the rows. Every once in a while, just ensure that your rows are perfectly aligned because if it twists, it will not give you what you're looking for. Now, you can also pick up two posts at a time. So depending on the length of your project and how loose you want it to be, you could go for 2 loops at a time. So you could pick up 2 on this side. You can come over here, pick those 2 up. Just again, it's personal preference, whichever works best for you. 2 goes a lot faster. And pick those posts there. And we're going to continue to do this all the way down the seam. Depending on how long your work is, again, you want to stop periodically and you do want to tighten them up. This is how you're going to tighten them. Hold with your dominant hand the side that you've already tightened, and then go ahead and tighten it together. The reason we're holding it is because if you pull that yarn too hard, it might create a bunch or a gather, and we don't want that to happen. Now that we've tightened it, we'll continue all the way down to our end. And then it's always a great idea just to check your seams to make sure there's no holes. Maybe you accidentally missed a post. It does happen. And when you're happy, you can just tie the yarn off and then hide it within your work. And that's as easy as it is to do a mattress stitch or an invisible join with your knitting machine pieces.